Miami! To mission control, we have liftoff. Phinhub! Phinhub! We talking Dolphins City! Phinhub, Phinhub! Yeah! It's that Dolphins show! Phinhub!
Welcome to the Phinhub Show, the one NFL podcast you can't leave off your roster. Now here's your host, Joey and Kevin Tejido.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Phinhub Show, powered by BetUS. If you haven't already, make sure to check out BetUS and use code YouTube150 for a 150% bonus on your first deposit. The next few deposits will be for 125% bonuses, so make sure to check out BetUS and use code YouTube150 to get started on BetUS today. Speaking of BetUS, they have the Miami Dolphins as 6.5-point favorites up against the Jets, who we will be facing off this Sunday. What do you think about that? You taking the over, the under?
Without Tua, definitely under. But with Tua, man, against this Jets team, we know Tua is the Jets' daddy, just like Josh Allen is our daddy, right? So I'm taking the over. I think Tua is going to light it up. I think we're going to have a convincing win against the Jets. Don't want to jinx anything, but yeah, I'd definitely take the over on this.
Yeah, more so than just getting the victory. I think it has to be a convincing one.
Yeah.
The Dolphins obviously losing to Green Bay last week on Thanksgiving. Big loss and had some implications for our playoff hopes, but still in the race technically with 5 games left on the season. The Dolphins, I think, are going to have to put together a strong performance against the Jets to give them a little bit more confidence for the rest of these games out. I'm also going to go with the over here. It's going to be in Miami, of course, so we're not facing any kind of cold weather or anything. And like you said, Tua is 5-0 for his career against the Jets. He's also dominated the Patriots. The only one team that we haven't been able to figure out in the AFC East with Tua has been the Bills, obviously, who have been crushing not only the Dolphins, but the rest of the NFL, really. So another really important thing to point out here that was interesting was Tua taking accountability for how the season has gone. I thought that showed a lot of maturity, and here's what he had to say.
Very surprised. I don't think that shows the character of who we are as a team. Doesn't show the work that we've put in this offseason together. But, you know, nobody else will say it but me, and I feel like this has a lot to do with myself, obviously putting myself in harm's way in the second game, going down, basically leaving my guys out to dry. That's what I would say. And anyone can have an opinion about, like, it's football, it's this, it's that. You know, I do take heart to that as well, and just don't want to do that to my guys again. So, yep.
So, yeah, obviously Tua taking accountability for putting himself in harm's way. And, you know, he's totally right. If he stays upright for the rest of the season, I think we're facing a completely different situation.
Yeah, we probably have that. We're still kind of fighting with the Bills, and we'd have an opportunity to get that 7. We'd probably be in that 7 spot, 6 spot maybe. You know what I'm saying? It's a completely different season.
Yeah, so I think Tua sees the significance of, you know, him putting himself in harm's way, being out there on the field for the rest of his guys. He feels like he's let a lot of them down, and to be completely honest, he has. The season's completely different with him not missing those 4 games. So I think this is a learning moment for Tua.
The clean bill of health, I will say the clean bill of health last year is what attributed to him getting hurt this year. And I know that sounds weird, right? But he probably had this mentality of like, I'm not going to deal with those same issues. I'm fine. I think now, in a weird way for his career, if he continues to be the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins for the foreseeable future, I think it really helps him because now he's like, I can't really take those hits. So I got to kind of take that Tom Brady approach and get rid of the ball, slide early, just put myself completely out of harm's way. We see that how important he is to this team, and he knows that now. And I think if there's ever something, if there's something good to take out of this, it's built up Tua's confidence to a different level, I believe. You kind of see him out there. He's got a different persona. He carries himself a different way. And that helps on the football field. I believe if you're a confident person on the football field, you do things that you normally wouldn't do, right? So if you don't have any confidence, you're not going to try to squeeze the ball in a certain window.
It's definitely translating.
Yeah. And so in a weird way, it's a blessing in disguise. We saw this team without Tua kind of prove to everyone like, hey, anyone can run this offense other than Tua. And I know some people are going to counter with, oh, but this offense was specifically built for Tua. I mean, this is our coordinator, Mike McDaniel, which he is a coordinator, even though he's the head coach.
Yeah.
He's the one that's running this offense. He did this because he saw something special in Tua. You're not going to just force something because, hey, this guy's on our team and, we got to make it happen. He would have said, hey, look, as soon as he came in, he would have been like, I want to accept this job, but I know I'm going to try to make it work with Tua, but this is more so the type of quarterback that I want to get.
Right.
So
I think this Tua debate is a funny one. It's something that I don't think, to be completely honest, I don't think we're ever going to hear the end of it until Tua finishes his career, whether it's in Miami or somewhere else, for whatever the reason he finishes it. It's something that's going to be ongoing.
Yeah.
He's a very polarizing figure for whatever reason. And I do think he is a good quarterback. I think he does have his limitations. I think everybody can agree on those things. To say that he's the best quarterback in the NFL is crazy. Now, to leave him completely out of the top 10, I also think is a little crazy. And I think there's some bias on that side too. People if they don't like Tua, suddenly he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. And it's just kind of the weird polarizing figure that he's become for whatever reason. But the things that we can agree on is, look, he's not the most physically gifted quarterback. He will never be. He's not going to grow a few inches overnight. He's not going to become stronger overnight. He's not going to become more mobile. Those things are not going to happen.
But you don't need that.
Tua does have his superpowers as a quarterback, and it's being able to maneuver in the pocket, throw with anticipation, have great accuracy. I think these are the things that make Tua special in his own right. Not to say that he's better than a guy like Josh Allen or a guy like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, obviously. And there's Joe Burrow. There's quite a few other guys. Even Justin Herbert with his physical talents. But the thing is that Tua is a different type of quarterback, and for whatever reason, it does work within this offense. And bottom line is that we are, for better or worse, stuck with Tua. He does have a contract with the Miami Dolphins, and I think as Miami Dolphins fans, this is just what we have to deal with. He is and it's not a problem either. I'm happily dealing with Tua as their starting quarterback, but this is the scenario. It's not going to change. So unless you're planning on changing your fandom, Tua is your quarterback as a Miami Dolphins fan.
Yeah. I think growing up is realizing that there's not more than one Josh Allen. There's not more than one Patrick Mahomes. There's only 2 or 3 of those in the NFL, right? And the ones that I'm going to put out there are Mahomes, Allen, and Lamar Jackson. In their own right, they all do their own thing that is 100% perfect for that position, right?
Right.
But Tua's a great quarterback. He does the thing. He quarterbacks the best in the NFL, in my opinion, right? And that's just being a pocket passer. I know he doesn't have the same ability as a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen or a Lamar Jackson to extend plays, but Tua has shown in recent weeks that he can do that if he needs to, right? And it's kind of attributed to some, bad sacks that he's taken, but I mean, this is the flow of the offense. It's the flow of the game. He's trying to make things happen when things aren't happening and trying to provide a spark.
Well, if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out BetUS and use code YouTube150 for 150% bonus on your first deposit. That's YouTube150. Get started on BetUS today. That's going to do it for today, guys. If you haven't already, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Fins up.